If you're struggling to come up with a message that allows you to communicate your product in a way that gets people interested, then this video is for you. Because the reality is that in a world full of noise, it is your message that is actually going to sell your product. It doesn't matter if you have the best product in the world, that is not enough anymore, because if people can't see value in it, they're not going to buy. If your competitors can explain their products better than you, then guess from whom are your customers going to buy from? Because your message is actually what allows people to see value in your product. It is what makes them want it. A confusing message, it's going to push them away and move on to the next person, because they're not going to invest the time to try to figure out how it is that you can help them. Actually, your message is so important that the real reason why people are buying your product, it has nothing to do with the design, with the features, with the materials that it actually has. It has to do with the story that you're telling about it, because your story, it's what makes people want it, and your product just fulfills on the promise that your story gives them. You see, we live in a world where people buy pretty much the things that they want, and it is through stories that we get them to see value in the things that we are selling, not because we want them to buy something that they don't need. It's so that they actually are able to get the stuff that they need to solve the problem that they're looking to solve. That's why it's so important that when you're communicating your product, you're able to attach it to a problem. Over the last couple of years working with entrepreneurs, I noticed that there is one common problem when it comes to them talking about their product, and that is that they're so close to it, they're so focused in it, that they take a lot of pride in how they develop their product. They invest a lot of time, they work really hard for it, and so when they go to communicate the value of it, they just end up talking about the product. In this video, I'm actually going to show you how you can get away from talking about your product that commoditizes your service and makes it super easy for your customer to compare you to everybody else, and instead start talking from it in a way that inspires them and makes people want it. My name is Juan, and I help purpose-driven companies grow by telling their story. I help you turn a confusing message into a compelling story that actually attracts and converts your customers by giving them value. If you want to know more about it, we have a free storytelling training that you can do on our website. Just simply scroll below in the description and click on the link. As cool as the SpaceX rockets are and everything that they're doing is, we wouldn't really care about it unless Elon Musk would tell us the story about how important it is that we as humans become an interplanetary species. Only because he tells us that story that inspires us, that tells us why this is necessary, why we need to populate other planets if we want to continue surviving and thriving. Only when he tells us that story that we begin to care and see the value and the purpose of why is it then important to develop those rockets. He never talks about the rockets itself. I'm sure that he's more than capable to talk about the rockets all day long. But he knows that we're busy, that we have our own problems, that we have our own lives. And so instead of talking about the problem, he does exactly what we should be doing when it comes to our businesses. Not so long ago, when I started our production company, I focused on exactly the thing that we did, the service. I talk about how many cameras do you get, how many cables, how many microphones, and all these different things that were related to the actual production. The truth is that people don't care. The reason why your customer is buying your product is because they have a problem that they're trying to solve, and they have a series of results or outcome that they expect to achieve. And they're just looking around, looking for somebody to help them go from A to B. That's it. Think about it. Do you care how your clothes are made or how your food is grown? Unless it says organic, chances are that you don't care at all. You don't even care how it makes it to the supermarket. Now, because more and more people are telling us stories of how important it is to buy locally and all the problems related with transportation, that's when we begin to care. But before, because we don't hear the story, we don't pay attention to that. All we want is to solve our problem. We don't care how. The reason why this is so hard to figure out for us as entrepreneurs is because we are so deep in our product. We're constantly looking for ways to improve it and to make it more efficient and to make it more unique. That what happens is that because we are experts, we have a really hard time to seeing our product and our business from the same place as our customers see it. They are not trying to become experts like we are. They're just trying to solve a problem and they want to understand if your solution can actually help them with it. So I'm going to walk you through a 3-step framework that is going to allow you to step away and look at your business, at your product from the perspective of a customer so that you can create a message that allows you to create interest in them so that they want to know more about it. Number one, it's actually stop talking about the product and the features and instead talk about the results, the outcome, the desire that the person has, and the problem that they are experiencing. Focus mainly on the problem because that is the thing that they are aware of. That's the thing that they are experiencing right now, what they want to solve. The idea of what they can achieve once the problem is solved is actually a bit more vague because they haven't experienced life without the problem. And so you want to focus on the problem so that they are attracted to you because they're looking for a solution to it. Now, imagine what happens then when you're talking about the problem and the result. What's happening is that you are actually connecting with what is driving emotionally your customer to make a decision, what is motivating them to go out there and look for solutions, the reason why they want to make a purchase right now. And so everything that they're gonna see, if you are talking about the product and describing how everything is going to work, then that's not what they're looking for right now. They're looking for a solution to the problem. All you gotta do is look at the latest Apple commercials on YouTube to see that they don't mention anything about the product itself. They show you the problem that the people have and how they use the product in order to solve that problem and what it is that they're able to achieve thanks to that product. That's exactly the same thing that we need to be doing. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't talk about the product itself. What I mean by this is that in the beginning, when you're trying to create interest, because that's the purpose of this video, is that you want to hook them by talking about the problem and where it is that they want to go. Once they ask you about details regarding the product, that's actually a milestone. That means that they're interested and now they're moving forward. They want to better understand what they would get and how things work if they are to give you money. But don't tell them about it until they actually ask for it. All right, number 2, stop trying to be the hero of the story. One of the mistakes that I see when companies are trying to grow their business by implementing storytelling is that actually they're telling the story from the wrong perspective. And I get it. You're working really hard to develop your product. You're working really hard to improve your systems. I know that because that's what we were doing. And so when it comes to the hero's journey, we immediately assume that we are the heroes of the story because we had a problem and we went out there, developed a solution for it, and we saved the day. But you have to see your product from the perspective of the customer. And in their eyes, they are the hero of their story. And therefore, they're not looking for another hero to tell them about their achievements. They're looking for a mentor to guide them through this journey that they're going through, this unknown world that they're currently finding themselves without a clear plan of action and a clear overview of the road ahead. And so you need to quickly show them that you have been there and that you have the tools to help them overcome that challenge. That way you can embrace your role as their mentor and you can start delivering content that connects you with them, helps you build trust so that they can go ahead and follow you. What that means is that they get to buy your products and services because they see how they help them solve the problem that they have so that they can continue moving forward with their journey. I go deeper into all this stuff in our free storytelling training in our website. So if this is really something that you want to explore and learn more about, you definitely want to open the description below and click on the link, because in this storytelling training, I'll walk you through the process on how you can very fast develop a story that is compelling to your customers. It is actually the thing that you're going to need once people are interested and want to learn more about your product and your business. And number 3, we need to focus on one core idea. As experts, we feel that everything is important and we need to communicate everything to our customers because all of that stuff, it's something that they need to do and is going to help them. At the same time, as experts, we feel that we can help so many different types of people, so many different companies, so many different products, so many different friends that have different needs. But the reality is that when we do this, we start to water down our message. We make it more generic because we're trying to appeal to everybody. What we don't realize is that by doing this, instead of talking to our customer, we're going to be talking to nobody. They're not going to feel that we're talking to them. This is the equivalent of you being in a Zoom meeting with 30 other people and the host asks a question to the group. Nobody answers because nobody feels that they're talking to them. Everybody thinks that somebody else is going to talk. Only when the host calls you by your name that you feel that now you need to go ahead and give an answer. It's the same thing for our customers. We need to call them out so that they know that we're talking to them. That's why it's so important to narrow down on our message. The other thing is that when we start talking about all the different problems and different implementations that our solution has, now we start confusing those people because they don't know if this really is the thing for them. We are all looking for that particular solution that has been designed for our situation because we feel that our problem and our business and our company, it's unique to us and nobody else is in that situation. And so when we are showing all these different things that we can do, then that person doesn't feel that you're really talking to them. But you know that the vast majority of the people that are going to buy from you are very similar. They're going to have a particular problem, they're going to have a particular need, they're going to have a particular style, because those are the people that are going to be attracted by your style, by your philosophy, by the way that you do business. And so go ahead and don't be afraid to eliminate the others. Narrow down so that they feel that you're talking to them. It is when you do these 3 things that you're going to bring extreme clarity to your message and your customers are going to be hooked and going to get interested. That's when they're going to want to learn more about how your product works and they're going to want to see if you are actually the person that they can trust to follow through. All right, so let's quickly recap everything that we have covered until now. We start by focusing on the problem and the results that we can provide. We gotta stop talking about our product. People don't care what it is that we do. They care about solving the problem that they have and actually achieving results that are aligned with their desire. Number 2, we understand that we are not the hero of the story, our customer is. And the faster we're able to position ourselves as their mentor, the faster we're going to empathize, the faster we're going to build trust, and we're actually going to avoid pushing them away because they're not looking for another hero. And number 3, we got to narrow down onto our target customer and provide them with one solution to one problem so that they feel that we are talking to them and we have the thing that is going to work for solving their problem. So if you have been struggling communicating your message to your customers and you feel that they're not getting interested or they actually don't see the value of how you can help them and you found this video useful, please share it with me in the comments below because I'm interested to know how you're actually going to develop your message from now on. And if you like more content like this, go ahead and click the notification bell and subscribe to our channel because right now we're dropping 2 videos a week on how you as an entrepreneur and a marketer can actually communicate your products and services in a way that makes people want them. Thank you so much for making it this far. My name is Juan Guerra and I'll see you in our next video.